Hey guys, this is Bales. I am looking at the player ratings page for NFL at FantasyLabs.com, and I wanted to just briefly show you what this is about. This is a free page, and it's basically a simplified, dumbed-down version of the stats that we have on our player models. So our player models tool allows you to take these stats and then a bunch of other stats that we have and some proprietary data to create daily fantasy models to rate players. This basically just shows where players rank in a few of our different stats. So the first one I'm looking at here is bargain players, which is calculates the how much of a bargain a player offers on a particular site compared to other sites. So we know the historic difference in site salaries for each position and then can determine how much Joe Flacco, for example, who cost $6,700 on DraftKings in week one, should cost on FanDuel. And at that price, compared to what he costs on FanDuel, he's actually a really good bargain, the top bargain in week one. He's in the 89th percentile in terms of where he should be priced historically when you compare the two sites. So that's a really predictive metric for football, as is salary change. So we're looking at, there's obviously not going to be a salary change. Everyone has a 50 rating because there's been no salary changes yet. But once we get past week one, we can look at how much players' salaries are dropping, and those salary changes lead to value. Pro Trends, this is from our Premium Trends product, which gives you access to all of our data and gives you the ability to create different angles, different trends on players that have historically led to value. So Drew Brees leads quarterbacks in week one with 7 pro trends. You can create your own trends, and these are the trends on DraftKings. So he has over 40 passing attempts per game over his last 16 games, which has historically led to plus 0.95 points above what we'd expect based on player salaries. He's projected above 20 points. He's the top 20% in projected points per dollar. You can click on these and then click on trend details, and you can actually go ahead and look at the trend. So that this trend, players who we think are going to be in the top 20% historically in terms of points per dollar have led to 1.91 additional points above what you'd expect based on their salary. So you can see the trend over time. You can see past results and current matches for week one. So Brees, Flacco, and Manning are those players who we have rated quite highly in week one. Upside is a judge, obviously, of how high of a ceiling we think a player has. And in this case, it's actually historic upside based on salary. So Russell Wilson, of all quarterbacks going in week one, is has doubled his salary-based expectation in 26% of games over the past year is what we're looking at. And you can click on Russell Wilson. This is his player card, and you can see his upside rating here. So historically, he ranks in the 88th percentile among quarterbacks in upside, and we also have upside here. So we're looking at the last 10 games, and he doubled his salary-based expectation in 20% of those. And consistency, how often a player reaches that salary-based expectation, which we also have here as implied points. So Tony Romo, for example, week one cost $7,300 on DraftKings. We know historically, based on that salary, he should put up right around 18.4 points. If he were to put up that exact number, he would have a plus minus of 0. Anything above that would be a positive plus minus, and he would hit that consistency rank. And that plus minus is our final rating here, which is actual production minus salary-based expected production. So we have a bunch of information and data here for you to use for free. It rates players in a bunch of different metrics. You can't create a model. If you would like to create a model and weigh all these different factors and other factors as you see fit, and then back test the model, which is really important. We always give you the ability to test everything to see if it works and then optimize a lineup based off of your model. Then you can subscribe to our pro package.